Hi, today we're doing a deep dive into a question that's on the minds of many. How much can you give to your children and family tax-free? That's right, tax-free. Well, let's break it down. In the UK, there's this nifty thing called the annual exemption for gifts. What does that mean for you? Simply put, each year you can give away up to £3,000 without it being added to the value of your estate for inheritance tax purposes. This is your tax-free gift allowance, for want of a better expression. Think of it like a yearly gift-giving budget from the taxman. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. If you haven't used your annual exemption for the previous year, then there's good news. You can carry it forward, but only for 1 year. That means you could have up to £6,000 to give away tax-free in a single year if you don't use the previous year's allowance. Handy, right? But what about gifts to your children and to your family? Well, apart from this £3,000 annual exemption, there are a few more exceptions which you'll be glad to hear about, and I think you should know about. You can give your £3,000 per tax year, which is your annual limit, and if you do not use the full £3,000 exemption in any 1 year, you carry it forward as an unused allowance into the next year, but you must use it next year, otherwise you lose it. This effectively means you could give away £6,000 in any 1 year, as I said previously, and still be within the exemption limit. Then you have a wedding or civil ceremony gift, and you can give up to £5,000 to a child, or £2,500 to a grandchild, or £1,000 to a great-grandchild, or to anyone else, all tax-free. So, annual exemptions, besides the annual £3,000, there are other types of gifts that can be made without incurring inheritance tax. For example, gifts between spouses or civil partners are usually exempt, and a small gift of up to £250 per person per year can also be made tax-free. Regular gifts out of your income are also allowable. These are tax-free as long as they don't affect your standard of living and as long as they are given regularly and frequently. Then you have the 7-year rule, and it's also important to remember the 7-year rule in the context of inheritance tax. Gifts that exceed the exemption allowance or exemption of £3,000 or other exempted gifts are potentially taxable as part of your estate if you die within 7 years of making a gift. The tax rate on these gifts can decrease on a sliding scale depending on how many years have passed since the gift was given. Remember, folks, if your gift exceeds these allowances, then it might be subject to inheritance tax if you pass away within those 7 years of giving the gift. So, always think ahead and plan your gifts wisely. That's it for today. So remember, keep giving gifts and keep giving gifts frequently if you can afford to without it affecting your personal standard of living. Now keep tuning in. If you like the video, click like. Also obviously click subscribe so I can help you stay ahead of obviously all the tax rules and legislation, and stay savvy and stay happy.